Most men wake up every morning believing the problem is age. They believe the stiffness, the slower mornings, the fading energy, the missing spark is just getting older. That belief is wrong. And worse, it's dangerous. Because while men blame age, something far more subtle is happening quietly every morning in their own kitchen. A ritual they trust, a habit they defend, a drink they believe is helping them. Coffee. What if I told you that for men over 50, plain coffee is no longer neutral? It's either working for you or silently working against you. And the difference has nothing to do with caffeine. It has everything to do with blood flow, hormones, and psychological signaling. The hidden biological shift after 50. Here's a truth most men never hear explained clearly. After 50, your body doesn't suddenly fail. It changes how it responds to signals. When you were younger, blood vessels were flexible. Nitric oxide flowed freely. Testosterone responded quickly. Stress hormones shut off easily. After 50, arteries stiffen, nitric oxide production drops sharply. Hormones require stronger signals. Stress stays switched on longer. This isn't weakness, it's signal resistance. Your body hasn't stopped working. It has stopped responding to weak inputs. And plain coffee? For older men, it has become a weak signal. Why plain coffee betrays older men? Coffee was never designed to be consumed alone, especially not in aging bodies. Caffeine does three things immediately: spikes cortisol, narrows blood vessels temporarily, and forces alertness without nourishment. For young men, the body compensates. For older men, it cannot. So what happens? Energy spikes fast, blood flow doesn't improve, hormones don't respond, and crash follows quickly. That's why so many men say, "I feel awake but not alive." That's the nervous system overstimulated and the vascular system undernourished. Coffee becomes a borrowed energy loan with interest, unless you change what the coffee is carrying into your system. The psychological cost men don't talk about. Here's the part no one admits. Performance issues don't hurt masculinity because of function, they hurt because of identity. Men don't fear losing ability, they fear losing certainty. Certainty that their body responds, certainty that their presence is felt, certainty that their confidence is justified. When mornings become unreliable, the mind adapts in dangerous ways. Hesitation replaces confidence, anticipation replaces presence, avoidance replaces desire. This is not physical failure, this is neuropsychological withdrawal, and it accelerates decline faster than aging ever could. The secret? Coffee is a delivery system. Here's the shift that changes everything. Coffee is not the problem, coffee is the vehicle, a warm, absorbable daily ritual that reaches blood vessels, hormone pathways, brain chemistry, and psychological expectation. When loaded correctly, coffee becomes a nitric oxide activator, a testosterone signal amplifier, and a stress hormone regulator. The same cup, different message. Ingredient number 1: cinnamon, the blood sugar governor. Blood sugar instability is one of the fastest destroyers of male circulation. Not diabetes, fluctuations. Every spike damages microscopic vessels, the smallest, most sensitive ones. Guess which system relies on the smallest blood vessels? Exactly. True cinnamon reduces blood sugar spikes, protects endothelial lining, preserves nitric oxide availability. Psychological effect? Stable blood sugar equals stable mood equals grounded confidence. Men stop feeling wired but empty. Ingredient number 2: pure cocoa, the nitric oxide switch. Nitric oxide is not optional, it is the permission slip for blood flow. Without it, desire doesn't matter, Stimulation doesn't matter. Effort doesn't matter. Cocoa flavonoids directly increase nitric oxide signaling, not stimulation, permission. Men don't feel forced energy, they feel readiness. That distinction changes everything psychologically. The masculine feedback loop. When blood flow improves, something subtle happens. Confidence returns before performance. Presence returns before action. Certainty returns before desire. This is how the body rebuilds trust with the mind, not through force, through consistency. Ingredient number 3, maca, the motivation restorer. Maca doesn't act on organs, it acts on command centers, hypothalamus, pituitary, hormonal rhythm. Men often describe it as, "I didn't feel horny, I felt driven." That's not coincidence. Drive precedes desire. Motivation precedes performance. Maca restores the internal signal that says, engage with life. Why this works when pills don't? Pills override systems. Signals rebuild them. Pharmaceuticals say, do this now. Biology responds better to prepare for this again. That's why habits beat hacks. That's why rituals beat prescriptions for long-term recovery. We've only covered half the system. In Part 2, you'll learn why fat is mandatory for testosterone, why ginger protects male production centers, why most men sabotage results by doing too much, and the 30-day reconditioning protocol. Because restoring vitality isn't about intensity, it's about precision.